Behind the Red Dynasty warning the 23rd of January, 2020. Starting at 10 a.m. local time on Thursday, 23. All corridors from Wuhan, including the airport, ferry, train station, and high-speed rail will be closed, and all subways and buses in the city will be suspended. According to official instructions, local citizens must not leave Wuhan without special reasons. Virus experts who just visited Wuhan have bluntly stated that the epidemic is out of control and the measures to close the city have come too late. Feel free to subscribe. BRHIND The Red Dynasty. The Wuhan government announced on Thursday, 23, more than 3 a.m. that the city would be closed at 10 a.m. in response to the epidemic. When a large number of citizens heard the news, they fled overnight, and the left-behind citizens who were unable to leave, hoarded food and materials, making the prices soar. After the ban was issued, a large number of citizens immediately fled by car because of fear of being trapped in the city. In the more than 6 hours before the ban came into effect, a number of channels outside the city were abnormally blocked. In addition, according to a video released by local citizens, after the ban was issued, a large number of armed police have entered Wuhan railway station and airport. On that day of the 566 flights coming into Wuhan, 288 of these flights were cancelled, and of more than 38,000 buses that were scheduled, now only 3,000 buses are scheduled. Wuhan and the suburbs together have an estimated population of 18 million, and doctors in Wuhan are too busy. At present, many patients are told to go home and quarantine after the injection, and then go to the hospital each day to see a doctor. Some infected patients had to wait in line for an injection for 4 hours. Some patients went to several hospitals and were not accepted for treatment. Finally, they pleaded for help. Many people were not diagnosed because of the lack of kits. Many patients are not admitted at all because the lack of expertise and the lack of ability to treat this virus. It is reported that the military may intervene, but facing the scarce medical resources, if there is no new medical resources, it will not be able to cope with the epidemic. Feel free to subscribe. BRHIND The Red Dynasty. Guan Yi, the director of the State Key Laboratories of Emerging Infectious Diseases and the director of the Influenza Research Center of the University of Hong Kong, went to Wuhan on Tuesday, 21st, to study the source of the virus infection. Guan Yi was interviewed by Cakesin.com reporter on the morning of Thursday, 23. He believed that the actual effect of Wuhan's closure of the city was questionable. It is conservatively estimated that the scale of the infection was 10 times that of SARS. He bluntly said, "I have experienced so much. I have never felt this scared. Most viruses are controllable, but this time I am scared." Guan Yi is an expert in the field of virology. During the SARS outbreak in 2003, Guan Yi and his team successfully identified the SARS coronavirus and the source of infection in the live poultry and livestock market in Guangdong, preventing a recurrence of SARS in early 2004. The outbreak of pneumonia in Wuhan this time, he has already determined that the virus can be transmitted from person to person, similar to the SARS development curve. Guan Yi returned to Hong Kong on Wednesday, 22nd, and immediately self-isolated and locked himself at home. Guan Yi said that after experiencing bird flu, SARS, H5N1, swine fever, etc., he described himself as struggling through all battles, but he also felt extremely powerless about Wuhan pneumonia and could not compare it with the SARS epidemic. He emphasized that the sources of this virus have already spread. Before Guan Yi left Wuhan, the citizens still didn't realize the seriousness of the problem. It is like a place that may be attacked by an atomic bomb, but people are still partying without any mobilization and preparation for war. This area has become an epidemic area. I am even more worried. It's as if how much the atomic bomb blast would cost the nation. Double quote. Feel free to subscribe. BRHIND The Red Dynasty. Thanks for watching.
싸다 싸다 헬기 100원 내 빠진다고 죽어라 쏜다